Question. Last month, there was a public discussion on the Middle East.
Yes.
And a number of the nations on the Security Council either mentioned Resolution 1860 passed January 8th, which has to do with unimpeded provision and distribution throughout Gaza of humanitarian assistance, including food, fuel, and medical treatment, and welcoming the initiatives aimed at creating and opening humanitarian corridors and other mechanisms for sustained delivery of humanitarian aid. This is over a year and several months old. And a number of members actually mentioned 1860 for, I think, really the first time in a long time. And a number of other members spoke to the need to open up the border crossings and to deal with the fact that there's a humanitarian crisis in Gaza. And what's interesting to me is that this was done throughout the day, but many of the permanent members of the Security Council that afternoon, while the meeting was in session, went off to the U.S. mission to discuss with another member, with Germany, about a resolution about Iran. And so nothing was done, it seemed, about the Middle East, about 1860, about Gaza. I wondered if there's some understanding you have about the fact that the members do speak about the problem and seem that particularly the new members seem to understand it a serious problem, and yet it's not come up in any official way for any action.
Let me start first, with my national capacity, then move to that of the Security Council President, then back to my national capacity. Well, as far as Lebanon is concerned, so that's, me as the permanent of Lebanon, indeed, the question of the humanitarian situation in Gaza for the past months, has been high, on, not on our agenda, but high on the top of our agenda, and we have expressed ourselves on this matter more than once before the Security Council. It's indeed a matter of great concern to us. Now, and continues to be, unfortunately. Now, as President for the month of May, well, the Middle East will be discussed on the 18th in consultations with the presence of Mr. Sari, who will be flying over to New York. Here I can assure you, that back to my national capacity, that Lebanon will press on the question of humanitarian situation in Gaza. Please.
It says that the Security Council will remain seized of the matter, and yet this never gets brought up in any official way to act on it. And I appreciate your country's interest, and you have spoken about it. But do you have any help for us to understand?
In an official way, it is on the Council's agenda. It's on the Council agenda on the 18th.
As a consultation, but then nothing usually happens as a result of that.
We got. One more time, I think we'll have to wait till the 18th. Here, Mr. Sari, see how the negotiations, how the consultations will go, and whether any action will be taken. Yes, sir.